Hi there, welcome back to my channel. This is Dear J, and today's video is going to be a shop my stash video. It's 2023. We are hitting the ground running. We're starting off with a bang, and we're starting off with shop my stash. I'm going to take you through my entire collection. We're going to pick makeup items that I'm going to use for, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks. We'll see how we feel. I do receive products in PR, so occasionally I might interrupt the shop my stash to review a product, but the intention is really to use products in my collection and then review them, tell you guys what works, what doesn't work, because I do a lot of hauls and unboxing, and sometimes it's difficult for me to come back to you and let you know how these things perform. But I think shop my stash is a perfect opportunity for me to test out these products in real time as I'm getting ready for work, getting ready to go out, and then sharing my thoughts when we come to picking out the new products. So if that sounds like something that you love to watch, then definitely keep on watching. If you haven't subscribed, it's 2023. Please go ahead and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. Like, you have no clue. Super appreciative for all the love and support that you guys have given me over the years. And I'm so hyped. I'm usually never this hyped for a new year, but I am so hyped for this year. It just feels right, you know? It just kind of feels right. So with my new hair as well. Anyway, so let's jump right into it because I am so excited to pick out new products. I haven't worn makeup this year yet, so I'm excited. Let's go. Okay, so no better place to start than the eyeshadow palettes. I usually build my looks around my eyeshadow palettes anyway, like the look that I'm going for. If it's like a neutral vibe that I'm going, then it affects the lipstick and everything that I wear. Or if I'm going for more color, I normally get ready, usually wear makeup to work. And the look that I normally go for is usually a neutral look because it's easier to put on that look in the morning without having to worry about running out of time and all of that. But there are simple ways that you can wear color. So I'm really going to push myself this year to wear color because it's what I love. I love color. Neutral looks amazing, but I also love color. So that's my perfumes up there, and then I've got that shelf and that other shelf. So I've got 3 shelves of eyeshadow palettes. So what I want to do is I want to pick 2 eyeshadow palettes from each shelf to make it fair, right? So I'm gonna pick 2, and I haven't decided on what looks or what makeup I want to pick. I do have some on my cupboard here, some of the eyeshadow palettes that I picked from my last shop my stash that I didn't really use, so we're going to avoid those ones, and I'm gonna pick some new shadows. All right, so let's go. At the very start here, I've got my Kaleidos Makeup. I've also got my ABH, my Trixie, my Revolution. I didn't do them by color. I did them by brand this time. So really need to think about, definitely want a neutral palette. I want an easy reach neutral palette. I also want a middle neutral and colorful type of palette, and I also want color. So I think I'll take 2 neutral palettes, 2 medium neutral type of palettes, and 2 full-on color palettes just to make it a lot easier. I also want to say that I forgot who recommended that I change my Jackie Aina palette because in my collection video it looks janky, like I'm not even gonna lie. So I need to declutter this because I bought myself a new one. So if you live in the UK, I got mine from Harvey Nichols, so you can still purchase it, and it was on sale. So I've got a new Jackie Aina palette, which, you know, when it came out, quickly became my everyday go-to type of eyeshadow palette just because it gives me that whole neutral with pops of color type of vibe. So we'll pick this as like the, you know, neutral with bits of color. I'll pick this one as one, and I'm going to get rid of this one just because the eyeshadows in it don't look fresh. They look like there's something going on. They look like there's something going on, which I don't know, but time to let it go anyway. So I will declutter that one. Use the opportunity to do that. Okay. Let's see. It is very difficult. Alright, so I've decided to go with the Natasha Denona Biba palette. I haven't used this in a while, so I'm going to pull this as one of my neutral eyeshadow palettes. It's such a good, it says neutral on there, it's even perfect. Such a good neutral palette. I do like these tones. I love the fact that there's a black that often gets used, and I do love the shimmer shadows in there. I love to do like all matte neutral types of look for work, and I love the fact that there are cool tone shadows in here. I do love the way this eyeshadow palette performs, so that's a really good one. So I've got one neutral and one in the middle already from that shelf, so I'm going to move on to the next shelf. I don't know, is this cheating because this also came from this shelf, but it's such a small palette. I haven't used this palette in a long time, and I remember that I enjoyed this palette. This is the Viseart Dark Edit palette, which is it's a very simple palette, but still very effective. And it almost gives me that kind of in the middle of neutral with pops of color. Trust me, this is a really gorgeous palette. I have a whole makeup look and review testing it out for the first time, and I was pleasantly surprised. And I haven't used it much since then, so I think I want to pull this, so I'm going to pull that one as well. I love variety. What can I tell you? I do love variety. Right, so for one of my colorful palettes, I think I want the Norvina ABH palette. This is, I want to believe this is number 2 eyeshadow palette. I think so. This is the one with the blues and greens. Ooh. This is the one with the blues and greens. I think I want to pull this one. I know my light is washing it out a little bit. It's definitely not as bright as it looks. It's a little bit darker. Why does it keep doing that? Anyway, so I want to pull this one just because I've got the colors that I normally like to wear. So I like to wear greens, I like to wear blues, and I've got black in there to deepen out any color. So this kind of like just gives me the vibe that I like to wear. I like to do one and done eyeshadow looks, like one color types of looks. But there's so many colors in here that I haven't used yet. So this kind of like ticks the box for me for that colorful eyeshadow palette. To go alongside that palette, I think I want to pull the Escape Pod by Kaleidos. This has some of the most beautiful shimmer shadows that I've used in a long time, and I like to pop these colors in my inner corner, my tear duct area, and plus some of these colors will make really nice blending shades for that palette. So I'm going to pull this as an accompanying palette. This is what the packaging looks like. Very fun, very colorful eyeshadow palette. So we're gonna have some fun with this. If you're not following me on TikTok, please do. I do create like short form video content, doing tutorials using these products. So yeah. Alright, so I'm also gonna pick the NYX Ultimate Utopia palette because this one is almost like a neutral with pops of color in it type of palette as well, which I appreciate, and it's kind of like what I like. Like I've got all the neutral tones that I need, and then I've also got some pizzazz. I've got some really bright, beautiful colors. If I wanted to add a bit more color to my lid, I could do so. So I haven't really played with this one too much, you know, and I've had it in my collection for a little while. So we're going to pull this one as well. I know I'm pulling a lot of palettes. I don't even know if I'm going to use all of them, but you know, that's the fun of it. So I've pulled 2 from the middle shelf, so now I'm going to pull 2 from the bottom shelf. And I always pull a P.Louise palette, but I think I'm not going to do that this time. I think I'm going to pull Morphe and maybe, I don't know, let's see what's down there. I think I'm shocking myself. I think I might only pull this palette. I don't know. This is the Jade palette by Beauty Bay. So this is collaboration with Jade. To be honest, I'm not sure who it is. I saw this palette and it was an impulse buy. I tell you that for a fact. I had no business buying this palette, but then I swatched it and I really do like it. There are so many beautiful palettes, beautiful colors. I could do neutral, I could do colorful. So I do like the versatility of this palette. I hope it doesn't overwhelm me in the mornings when I'm trying to get ready, but I think it will give me the versatility that I'm looking for. It's a good balance of matte and shimmer shadows. So I'm feeling like I'm definitely gonna pull this one. Just don't want to pull too many eyeshadow palettes. She says after pulling so many, but I feel like I need to pull a neutral palette. So the one that's calling me, if I can get to it, is this one, which I've used it a few times, but I think I need to use it some more because I use it on TikTok. So this is the 18W Natural Wonder palette, which is full on neutral. This is a neutral girl's dream. It's so easy to use, so effortless. I love this palette. I've used it quite a number of times on TikTok. So I think I'm going to pull this one as well. And that'll be it for all the eyeshadow palettes. That's a lot of palettes. I haven't picked that many palettes in a long time. I do want to give an honorable mention to the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. This was one of the palettes that I picked for my previous Shop My Stash. And honestly, it got some use. Like, I love this palette. Although it looks like I haven't used it, but I've really used it, I promise. This is such a good palette. I know some people say they don't like it, but honestly, I can't lie to you guys. This is such a good neutral palette. So, yeah. Alright, so let's pick my foundation. I'm at the top of my acrylic vanity, like, you know, I'm on a step ladder to try and pick up my foundation. So this time, I'm definitely picking the KVD Beauty foundations. I don't know which shade matches me, so if you've seen my foundation collection and declutter, you know that I'm yet to use these. So they're definitely going to get picked. Don't want to pick too many foundations this time. Right, I recently just received the Ofra concealers, so I do want to test it out with the foundation. So I'm going to pick the Ofra foundation in shade 8.5, and this is the Absolute Cover foundation. I love this foundation. I love the coverage. So we'll pick that. And I've also been loving my Pat McGrath foundation. I've been using it quite recently, so I am going to pull this. This one is in shade Medium Deep 24, which matches me perfectly, so we'll be picking this as well. Next, I pick some concealers, and again, like I said, I've just received the Ofra concealers. These are the Perfect Cover concealers. I do have swatches on my TikTok if you haven't seen them. Not sure if I'll put them on my shorts, but if I do, I will link it. And I've swatched all of them. So the ones that I really want to use, I want to use Tan Chestnut, which is this color, and Tan Walnut. So I'm going to use these two. I'm trying to hold the camera and trying to show you guys at the same time. It's so hard. I'm going to use these two to conceal. Apologize if I'm shaky. It's not as light as it is. I've just had to really turn my light so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to use those to conceal and highlight. And then I'm going to use Deep Cocoa to do a little bit of contouring, a little bit of bronzing maybe. So I'm going to take those three. I'm really going to test it out because it's going to be my first time using the concealers. So we'll take those. And I'm just going to wear these concealers. I'm not going to pick any other concealer. No, actually, I take that back. Since I picked the KVD foundation, I am going to take the KVD concealers and I'd like to use it with the foundations. I did purchase another Pat McGrath concealer, but I say it in almost every video now. It's becoming a running joke. I'm still waiting for my Pat McGrath order since November and it still hasn't come. So yeah, anyway, if that comes, I will add it so I can use it with the Pat McGrath foundation. Not that I have to, but I choose to. So yeah, we'll take those. While I'm here, let's just take some eye bases. So I am gonna take my clean canvas base from Ofra Cosmetics. This is in shade medium. For my more neutral eyeshadow palettes, I'm also gonna take a P.Louise base in shade 6. 6 is more or less like my exact color. If I can find, yeah, I'm gonna take 6. And this one, I'm also gonna take my NYX glitter adhesive. Probably take this one. And I'll also take the Kaleidos Tone Activator. I've used this once and I was really happy with the results. So I want to use it some more. It's a really good eye primer. Next, let's take some face primers. So I took the Ofra Absolute Cover Primer. Sorry, foundation. I haven't used this primer from Ofra, so I want to use it. This is, I showed this in my base video. So I'm gonna take this and use this for the first time. The Pat McGrath one is more like a luminous type of foundation. I find it's not matte or anything. So I'm just gonna take my normal Hydra matte primer, which pretty much goes well with a lot of my foundations. The KVD one, I'm really not sure what the consistency is like and what that looks like, so I think I'm just going to take the Revolution X, the Plastic Boy primer, and see what happens with that one. For powders, I'm going to go ahead and I've tried the Kat Von D Lock-It powder and I didn't really like the effect, so I'm not really in the mood for that. So I'm going to take my Laura Mercier powder because it never fails. This is in shade Translucent. I did buy some new powders from Sephora. Some, really nice looking powders. Revlon. Is it Revlon? I don't know. I bought quite a few. So I'm going to test those. I'm not going to take that many from my collection because those ones will probably come in this week and I do want to use them. So I'll take that and I'll take the Tarte Shape Tape pressed powder in 47 and Tan Deep Neutral. Quite like this powder. I've used it quite a few times and I do like the effect. What I like to do with this, if I don't break it, what I like to do with this powder is once I've applied my loose powder, I like to go in with this one to kind of just like give me that color and smooth it back and just make it blend with my face. It works really well for that. So I'm going to take that. And that's pretty much all I'm going to take from the powders. Right, so my table isn't looking organized yet, but I wanted to say that I'm not the type of person that picks new moisturizers and toners and stuff like that with every shot my stash. When I start using a product, I like to use it to the end. So, but I'll show you what I'm using. So currently, I'm using the Dermalogica Active Moist Moisturizer as my everyday moisturizer, and I like this. I wish it was a little bit more hydrating and I wish there was a little bit more moisture. I can have dry skin at times and I feel like I have to really put a lot on my face, but either way, it's still very lightweight and it looks really nice underneath my makeup. So this is what I use as my moisturizer. My toner hasn't changed. I'm still using the Pixi Glow Tonic toner, so I keep pouring them into this bottle because it's got a pump and it's very easy to use. My face wash is in the bathroom, but it's the Murad face wash. I think I've talked about it on TikTok, and I've been using this from my Look Fantastic beauty box to wash my face and also to dispense my serums. My moisturizer at night, I've been using the Sally Hughes Cream Drench Rich Anytime Moisturizer, and I actually quite like this. This is very hydrating on the skin, as I thought it would be, and it feels really nice on my skin. So I've not had any problems with this. I've been using this for the last 2 weeks, and it feels really nice and hydrating. For my under eye, I've been using the Dermalogica Awaken Peptide Eye Gel. It's a depuffing eye gel. It helps to reduce any swelling around my eyes, or just make my eyes look a little bit more awake. And it is quite moisturizing as well. So those are like my basic skincare items that I use, and then everything else is like serums, or if my skin needs special attention, I'll use the products and stuff like that. So nothing too major. I shared in my last shop my stash that I've got this little container where I keep my mascaras, my gel pencils, and eyeliners. It really depends on how the look is coming, but so far the mascara that I'm using is the One Size Fantasize mascara, and I love this mascara. You have to be very careful because of the bristles. It can be very sharp and can hurt your eye if you're not careful. But I've been using the whole kind of roll method rather than trying to wisp it through my lashes to prevent it from hurting, and it's been working. This really volumizes and makes my lashes look fuller, plus it's not irritating on the eye, so that always gets used. Two eyeliners I'd reach for, which I highly recommend if you're looking for felt tip eyeliners. These are from One Size, and these are the Point Made eyeliners. I've got a blue one in shade Bossy Blue, and this is kind of what it looks like. It's very fine, and you can see it just glides on really nicely, and that's with no pressure. And then the second one is a brown shade called Busty Brown, which is really nice. So I like to use these two, so they always stay in this little container. And then I also reach for the Kaleidos eyeliners. So these are like the gel eyeliners, I think they're called. I forgot what they're called, but they're part of a collection. And I like to use them. They've got like a shift. The colors are so unique. Like this one, for example, it looks so pretty. It's got a shift to it. It's very nice. Anyway, so I like to use these. But again, it always depends on the look as it's coming out. So those ones always stay in this container. Same with my brow pencil. I use this one, this X brow pencil from what's it called? I think it's the brand is called X Brow. I can't remember, but it's just a retractable brow pencil. And my brow gel is, of course, the Ofra Don't Play Brow Gel. I love this stuff. This stuff keeps my brows in place, keep it in check. I always use it, so it's always on my vanity. Another item that's always on my vanity is the Ofra Fix Line Eyeliner in black. I use this. I also use my Duraline gel when it's getting dry. Sprays. I'm going to use the Makeup Fixer by Ofra. I love this. It's hydrating, but yet it fixes the makeup in place. It's refreshing. It's light. I love this. I've already come towards the end of my MAC Fix Plus, but I'll still use the remaining to kind of settle down the powders. This doesn't set my makeup, but it does help for the powders to settle, for the foundation and everything to just settle. So we're going to keep these on the vanity, right? So I wanted to really show you the things that are staple products. They're going to stay on the vanity. And we're going to go ahead and pick my blush, bronzer, and all of that good stuff. Alright, so this is the first highlighter drawer. And I do have another drawer right underneath. So I do think I want to pick two this time. And I'm definitely leaning towards picking an Ofra highlighter. and then picking another highlighter from another brand, maybe a MAC one, because I always pick an Ofra one, and I feel like maybe I need to start using maybe I need to start using other brands, but I'm just a creature of habit. Or maybe I pick a palette because I don't have that many left. Do I have any more down here? No, these are blushes. Okay, so let's start from here. Don't have that many. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pick this one. At least then I've got a selection. This is the Ofra Signature Palette Frosted Glow. And we've got Moondance, Rodeo Drive, Covent Garden, Soho, and Sahara Dawn in this palette. So quite a good range of shades. So we'll pick that. Make it easy. And then pick something else, something fun, something I haven't picked in a long time, maybe something I haven't picked, maybe a MAC one. I've decluttered quite a lot of my highlighters. It's so clear. I used to have so many, and I've decluttered so many of them. It's crazy. I want like a really gold one. You know what? I'm gonna pick this one. I'm gonna pick the MAC. What's it called? Oh Darling. Who remembers this collection? The MAC Oh Darling. Like, I jumped through hoops to buy this. I actually bought it off somebody that purchased it because I missed out on the collection. But I still have it and I still use it, and we're gonna pull it today. It's one of the things I love about MAC makeup. It lasts a long time. At least a lot of their makeup items do. So I'm not gonna pick any liquid highlighters this time. Let's go down to blush. I've only got one drawer of blushes, which is good. Zoom in. Do you want to see my dirty brushes over there? Let's zoom in. You don't want to see everything. Alright. Right, so let's pick some blushes. Alright. Just move back a bit so you can see. I don't have that many blushes, which is fine by me, you know, I'm not complaining. Don't need that many blushes, to be honest. So I would like creamy blush, maybe. Okay, let's pick one of the Made by Mitchell. Let's pick Cherry Cola. Cherry Cola seems to work really well with a lot of my makeup. And then I want something that is a little bit warm, very pretty, soft. I mean, I've got these other ones, but they're not. Let's see. I want to pick the one I always pick. Okay, let's pick this one for a change. I haven't picked this one in a while. This is the Nabla Skin Glazing Glow Powder in Lola. It's not actually a blush per se, but I like to use it as a blush. So we're gonna pick these two. So Cherry Cola and the Nabla. Okay. Okay, bronzer, contour, and all of that. I'm going to pick my Trixie Cosmetics palette. I love this palette. This is the Just a Girl palette. And this is what it looks like on the inside. I love it. I love these colors. I like to use them a lot. So I'm going to take that one. And I've been liking the Kaleidos Contour Trio in dark. So this is the second to the darkest palette. So I'm going to take it. I like to mix these last two, or sometimes these two. I just like to mix it. So it works really well. Excusez-moi. And I want to show you this palette because I'm so proud of myself. Like, look at the pan in this Ofra Midi palette. Like, what? It's crazy. But I do want to pick a cream contour. So one of these e.l.f. ones is the one that I like to use because I need to get some use out of it. Like, you can't just sit in the drawer. No, I don't use it. I think it's this one. Yeah, the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. The e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in shade Sun Kissed. I'm gonna take this one. This is what it looks like. So we're gonna use that. Yes, we are. I know I always say I'm not gonna pick my lipstick, I'll pick it on the day, blah blah blah. But you know what? We're gonna pick some lipsticks because it doesn't always work when I'm in a hurry. So I know I like to wear neutral lipsticks and maybe a red lipstick. So we're gonna focus on those, neutral lipstick or red. So I'm gonna go for cool tone neutral, warm tone neutral, maybe a little bit of brown and a red. So I have my favorites that I always reach for, but let's try to mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna pick some Ofras. Don't want any pinky neutrals. I kind of want. What color is this? Okay, let's pick this one. So Be by Ofra. See what it swatches like. Yeah, it's very cool tone. It's a very cool tone neutral shade. Very cool tone neutral. So we're gonna take that one. I do want to pick my Morphe Sweet Tea. It's a gloss. I love it. It's a pretty gloss. This one right here. Gorgeous gloss. So we're gonna take that. This is what it looks like. We'll take that. The days that I'm feeling glossy. Oh, I also love this gloss from Ofra. This is in shade Queen. It's just very sparkly, very pretty. This one as well. And it looks like this. Very sparkly. In Queen. And then maybe a bullet. So I hardly ever take bullets. But then I'll take a bullet lipstick for the red. What shade is this? Sedona is very terracotta type of color. Pinky nude, that one. Ooh, what about this one? Bestie. What about Bestie? Bestie looks pretty. Swatch it. Ooh, Bestie's a pretty color. So that's Bestie right there. So that's Bestie right there. Okay, so I'm gonna pick that with the brown. So that's what Bestie looks like. So I think that's enough. That's enough. And then let's pick red. Let's quickly pick lip pencils. So I'm gonna pick what shade is this now? I'm definitely gonna pick this one for the red. This is the Colored Rain pencil in Queentines. Yeah, Queentines from Colored Rain. It's a retractable lip pencil. Don't have I don't have that much left in it. Well, it is a oh, it's so janky looking. But you know what? You guys love me either way. I'm also gonna pick this one from Revolution. This is another retractable liner. This is the In Real Life Filter Finish Lip Definer in Americano Brown. Alright, so pick that brown. And then I'm also going to pick this one from Colored Rain as well. This is in shade Descendant. I think those should work really nicely. Yeah, I think they should be alright. Maybe I'll pick my usual, just as a backup, my Makeup Obsession lip pencil. Oh no, my Makeup Academy lip pencil in Obsession. I'll pick that one as well. Okay. Alright, so for lipstick, I'm gonna pick one bullet, one liquid. So I haven't used my Morphe lipsticks in a long time. I mean the red ones, that's for sure. I want a dark type of red. Like I just don't want like a solid light red. I want something dark-ish. You know, dark-ish. Dark-ish. This one looks good. This one. So maybe this one. It's a Mega Matte lipstick in Morphe. That's the color. That's the name. Let's swatch it for you, so you know. Oops. That's what it looks like. You know? Imagine that with a dark lip pencil. I think it will look really nice. So I'm going to take that. And then more of a liquid one. Probably going to take this one from Ofra. This is in shade Mina. Oh, that's nice. That's Mina. Mina is so pretty. So we're going to take that. Maybe this one from Villa, because it's a gloss. I might want a little bit of a gloss, you know? I might want just a bit of a gloss. This is the gloss on the edge. So that's pretty. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Alright, so technically this is how my table looks right now. So I'm going to go ahead and sort it out, put some stuff in the drawers like I like to do, and I'll show you guys the end. But these are the products that I'm picking for my Shop My Stash. I just need to sort it out. So let's go. Alright, so that is it. I've got my eyeshadows here. I've got my highlighter, my blush, my mirror, my stand for my camera, clean space in the middle so I can sort things out. I've got my base products. Look, this is how it's gonna be, right? I've got my base products. It's organized mess. My concealer, my foundation, everything's over there. And my camera stand is there. My eye products, my face products. So yeah, that's basically it. Right, that was fun. And that is it for my first Shop My Stash for 2023. I hope you enjoyed picking these products with me. I know I enjoyed going through my collection. I always do. I'm picking up these new products. I've got a few base products coming. Like I said, I purchased some powders and I'm so excited to test out new makeup this year. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And make sure you turn on your notification bell so you know when next I release a video. And remember, God doesn't like ugly. Be nice to someone today, and I'll catch you in a future video. Bye.